I am going to explain by demonstrating the programs using Google Colab. So that is one of the environment where you can uh, type and execute the Python programs, and also you can demonstrate the different programs with different built-in modules and built-in functions. So I'm sharing my PPT. Can you see my screen? Is it visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so this is the topic given to me, data structures in Python. So as I said already, this is going to be a hands-on session. It's a kind of practical session. Even if you want to try during the session, you can try. And if you have any clarification or any doubt, you can interrupt me. Don't have any hesitation to ask the questions in this topic. So try to make it as an interactive session. So let's start about the session. Yeah. So first, let's start the different Python collections or Python data structures. So normally you all know that whenever we do a program, if you want to store a value, we need to create a variable. So the variable is a mechanism. The variable is a reserved space in the system, so in which you can able to store the values. So by storing the values in the variables, you can able to process or manipulate the values. So whatever the operation you want to perform on the values, you can do it. It may be an arithmetic operation, or it may be a logical operation, or maybe the different uh, types of operations that can be performed on different type of data. So for that, we need to have the variables. So in Python, we are having a sophistication mechanism to have the variables. That is, you don't need to declare the variables in Python. Simply, wherever you want, you can use the variable based on the value which is assigned to the particular uh, variable. The type will be assigned, the memory will be assigned. So here I'm using Google Colab also. Yeah. So for example, here, if you have a equal to 12, so now a is a variable, 12 is the value of the variable. So here you all know that whenever you assign a value to that particular variable, then that value can be referred using that particular variable name. And if you want to know that address of that particular variable, then you have to use a built-in function. That function is called as id. If you want to know the type of that particular variable, you have to use a built-in function called type. So because of that, you can able to get what type that is assigned. So here, yeah, the value can be value of a is 12. The id, that is the memory which is created for that particular variable, is like this. This is that address, for example, and the type is indicating what data type is assigned for that particular variable. So these are the different things that will happen, or different process will happen when you assign a value to a variable. So as I said already, if you want to store a single value, you need to create a variable. Suppose whenever we have multiple values, it may be more than one value, or more than 1,000 values, or more than 10,000 values. If you want to store collection of values, if you want to store set of values, then we have to use the data structures, because when you have set of values, the proper organization is very, very important. If you not organize the multiple values properly, then automatically the time consumption for manipulating, for processing that particular set of values will be very, very huge. It will severely affect the execution time of your program. So that the data structures are very, very important in order to properly organize the set of values. That's why we are going to cover the Python collections or Python data structures. So here the Python supports the different data structures or different mechanisms for handling the multiple values. Suppose you might aware of the different programming languages already. You might have studied like C programming language, C++, Java, and C Sharp. So like that, you might have studied a number of programming languages. In all those programming languages, if you want to organize multiple values, we are having some mechanisms. Okay, for example, arrays. Okay, in the arrays, we are having one-dimensional array, two-dimensional array, three-dimensional array, and multi-dimensional array. Like that, all those programming languages like C, C++, Java, all those programming languages are using a concept called arrays, by which you can able to organize multiple values. But in Python, more than array, we are having sophisticated mechanisms to organize multiple values. Those sophisticated mechanisms are list, tuple, set, and dictionary. Okay, so these are the different data structures that are supported in Python. So here, when comparing with other programming language construct, that is array, the Python data structures are more sophisticated. For example, list, tuple, set, dictionary. Once you experience, then you will understand why it is more sophisticated than the arrays in other programming language. So here, the main difference, okay, we have the main difference. So for example, if you take C or C++ or Java, we are having an array concept. Array is a set of values or collection of similar type of values. You can store 10 values, or you can store 100 values, or you can store 1000 values. All the values should be in same data type. So for example, if one value is integer, all the values should be integer. You can have collection of integer, you can have collection of float values, you can have collection of characters, or you can have collection of strings, like that. So whenever we have set of values, all the values should be in same data type. But in Python, we are having list, we are having tuple, set, and dictionary, and everything will have different data type values. Okay, that is, first value can be integer, second value can be float, third value can be a character, fourth value can be a string. So like that, every value can be in one data type, that is in different data type, so that these Python data structures are collection of mixed type of values. So that is one of the important thing. And here also we are having the two classifications. If you have the Python data structures, the Python data structures are classified into two categories. One is mutable data structures, and another one is immutable data structure. Mutable means you all know that. So once a data structure has been created, during the execution of your program, the values of the particular data structures can be changed, can be modified. Okay, so that is called as mutable data type. Immutable data type means once a variable or once an object has been created, after that, the content of that particular object, the elements of that particular object cannot be modified during the execution of your program. So that's why it is referred as immutable data type. So mutable means it can be modified during the execution of your program. Immutable means it cannot be modified during the execution of your program. So that is the difference. So here we are having the different data structures like list, tuple, set, and dictionary, and this can be like classified as like mutable and immutable. So here we are having four data structures mainly. One is list, another one is tuple, set, dictionary. So list is a collection of elements List is a collection of elements. Every element can be in different data type, and this list is a ordered and changeable. So here, changeable means, as I said, that it is a mutable data type. Once a data structure or once an object has been created with some set of elements, during the execution of the program, the elements can be modified. So that's why list is an immutable data structure, so that it is changeable and ordered. So based on the creation order, the elements will be there. For example, you are creating a list with 5 elements. We will have first element, second element, third element, fourth element, fifth element. So like that, if you have 5 elements, based on the order in which we have created that elements or we have added that elements, the same order will be maintained. So that is the list. That's why list is a ordered collection and also changeable collection. And here it will allow the duplicate members also. That is, first element can be 5, second element also can be 5. Okay, so there is possibility of duplicating the elements, duplicate members in list data structure. Okay. Then next one is tuple. This is the another data structure. This is an ordered data structure. Okay, as like list, but it is unchangeable. Unchangeable means it is an immutable data type. Immutable means you all know that during the execution of the process, the values of that particular object cannot be changed. So that is called as immutable. And this data sets also allows duplicate members. So the main difference between list and tuple is list is a collection in which we can have ordered and changeable elements, and also it can allow the duplicate. The tuple also ordered and it will allow the duplicate, and only the change is, or only the difference is, list is mutable, tuple is immutable. That is, list is changeable, tuple is unchangeable. The next one is set. Set is a collection in which we can have the elements. The elements will be in unordered way. Unordered way means, so here we can add an element at first, but that will be organized or that will be stored as second element or fourth element, like that. So you can have set of elements. All the elements will be in unordered list and also unchangeable and also unindexed. Okay, unindexed means this set cannot be that is like, because the elements are unordered, it cannot be accessible using indexing mechanism. And here the main difference is the set will not allow the duplicate members. Even though if you create a set with duplicate, the duplicate will be automatically removed. It will not allow the duplicate members. So this is the another data structure. The next one is dictionary. The dictionary is a collection which is ordered and changeable, and here also no duplicate members in the keys. Okay, so that is very, very important. So here the dictionary will have both key and value pair. Okay, both key and value pair. When we discuss in detail, we will discuss the differences between list and dictionary, and tuple and dictionary. For all those things, we will discuss the differences. In dictionary, this is a different storage mechanism or different data structures in which we will have two values. For every pair, we have two values. One is key value, another one is value. Okay, that is, one will act as index, another one will act as value for that particular index. So like that, we will have the dictionary. So first, let's start with the list. So as I said already, if you have any clarifications, you can interrupt me. So I am really interesting to hear the questions from your side. If you have any questions, as of now, you can ask. Do you have any questions? Or you can type your questions in the chat box. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, let me proceed. Okay, first let's start with list data structure. List is a common data type. As I said already, we can have the different types of element in the list. So here the elements in the list will be separated using comma operator, and the list will be enclosed using square bracket. For normally, if you take C programming language or Java programming language, the array is a collection of elements. All the elements will be separated using comma operator, and it will be enclosed using curly braces. But here the list elements will be separated using comma operator, and it will be enclosed using square bracket. So the list are similar to arrays in C, but the difference is list can be different data type. Okay, the list can be of different data type. That is, first element can be integer, second element can be float, third element can be character, or fourth element can be string. So like that, every element can be in different data type. So that is the list. Okay. So normally this list can be accessed using the indexing and also slicing operator. So for example, indexing, we all know that normally the array index will be started with 0. Here also the list index will be started with the 0. So the list can be accessed, or the list element can be accessed using indexing or slicing. And the plus and star operator will be used, that is with the help of like operator overloading concept. You might aware of that polymorphism in object oriented programming language. So here the plus operator can be used in the list for concatenation, and the star operator can be used in the list for the repetition. I will show you an example so that you can clearly understand. So here some of the things we have to note very clearly. There is list is ordered element. Okay, in what order we are maintaining, in what order we are adding the elements. So the same order will be maintained for the entire processing. So that's why it is called as ordered. And once a list has been created, then after that a particular element of the list can be modified. That's why it is called as changeable. And here it will allow the duplicate. As I said already, first element and the fourth element, or first element, second element can be duplicate. Okay. So now let us discuss the different possibilities for creating a list. So here list one is the object name, or list one is the variable, equal to, here we are creating a list with 3 elements: apple, banana, cherry. So here all the elements are string. That is also possible. So list is a collection of compound data type elements or mixed data type elements. Is a additional benefit. Even if you want to maintain all the elements with the same data type, that is also possible. Okay. So here the first list is created with the set of strings. Second list is created with a set of integers like 1, 5, 7, 9, 3, like that. So here you have to notice the elements are separated using the comma operator, and it all the elements are enclosed using square bracket. And the list 3 has been created with Boolean type of values: true, false, false, like that. And after that, again I am creating list on with a different type of elements. So first element is a string, second element is integer, third element is true, that is Boolean, fourth element is 40, that is integer, fifth element is male, that is string. So like that. So these are the different ways to create list. Okay. And here this is the another way, list of list. This is list is a built-in function, so you can pass set of elements that also will create a list. Okay. Then even if you want to create an empty list, so that is also possible. List equal to, that is opening bracket and closing a bracket. Okay. So these are the different ways to create a list. So now I'll give you an example. So here I'm creating an object, for example, L, or even you can create, for example, LL or L1. So like that, You can choose any user defined name, and for example, like this. Okay, so now L1 is an empty list. Okay, or you can create another list, for example, 2, 3.5, and even you can have like this. Okay, for example, Python. So like that, you can create a list. So now L1 is the empty list, L2 is the list with some elements. So here 2 is the integer, 3.5 is float, and here Python. And here, if you want to know, for example, if you want to print L1, or then if you want to print L2, okay. So here, yes, of course, L1 is the empty list so that it is getting printed like this. L2 is having some element so that it will be printed like that. And here, after that, L2 of 1. L2 of 1 means that is second element, because the first element will be referred using index 0 and the second element will be referred using index 1. So that L2 of 1 equal to, actually it is 3.5. Now if I change as like uh, even with other data type, that is also possible. Now if I give print of L2, so now my output will be like this. So 2, 3.5 Python is the first one, 2 program Python is the second one. So now what we are doing, L2 has been created already. Then in the execution of the program, or during the execution of the program, we are changing the list element. Okay, we are changing the value of that element so that it is possible. Since it is possible, it can be referred as uh, mutable data type or mutable data structure. And this list can be accessed using indexing also. For example, print like L2 of, okay, L2 is the name of the variable or name of the object. L2 of 2, L2 of 2 means you all know that. So here, as I said already, 2 is stored in index 0, program is stored in index 1, Python is stored in index 2. So that L2 of 2 means Python will be displayed. So this is called as what? Indexing. Okay, this process is referred as what? Indexing. Okay, indexing means accessing an element. So now here you can have slicing also. Slicing means like for example, retrieving subset of elements or subset of list. Okay, so that is called as slicing. So for example, print of L2, here you can use the like square bracket, and here you can start from 1, and here you can start, that is you can give the start value and the end value. Okay, here start value is 1, end value is 3. End value means in the list, end value minus 1, that is the index will be taken. Okay, up to, it will start from 1 and end value minus 1. End value is 3, so that it will be 2. So that our output will be 1 and 2 will be displayed. In 1 and 2, we are having program and Python, so that this is the subset of this list. So this is called as what? Slicing. In slicing, we are having the different mechanisms. Okay, for example, if we take slicing, we are having different mechanisms. We will discuss one after another. Okay, so here let us discuss about this. So here we are having a list. Okay, so I am copying this and we can use so that we can see the output also. So let's see how it will work. So here we are creating a list with four elements. One is VAT, another one is 4, another one is 5.6, another one is false. So the zeroth indexed element is string, next one is integer, next one is float, the next one is boolean. So list of 1 means we all know that this is called as indexing. Index means our output will be 4. List of 1:4 means this is called as slicing. Slicing means set of elements. It will be started from 1. 4 means 4 minus 1, end value minus 1. Here the end value is 4, so that it will be retrieved up to 3. So 1, 2, 3. In 1 we are getting 4. From 2 we will be getting 5.6. From 3 we will be getting false. Then after that, in list we are having negative indexing also. Okay, we are getting negative indexing. So for example, whenever you have a list like this, okay, for example, like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that, the indexing will be started from 0. That is 0, 1, 2, 3. For example, here you can understand that 4 is stored in 0, then after that 5 will be stored in 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Okay, so like that the indexing will be created. At the same time, negative indexing also will be there. The negative indexing will be started from last element. That is, last element will be -1. The previous to the last element will be -2. Okay, so like that, this will be -3, -4, and then -5. Negative indexing will be started from last element, and it will be moving towards the first element. So -1, -2, -3, -4, and then -5. So simply if you give like for example, yeah, here if you give print of list of, simply if you give -1 means it will print the last element will be false. And here what we are doing, we are giving the starting value as -1. That is, we have to start from last and it has to be traveled up to -5. Then -5 means that is -4. Okay, so then after that, here -1 is the step value. Step value means it will move towards beginning. Okay, if you give 1, it will move towards forward side. Suppose if you give -1, it will move towards backward side, so that it will move towards start. Then after that, here we are giving -1, end value is not given, so that the default last end value will be taken, and here we are having -1. And here we are not giving the starting value, and :4 means the start default value will be 0. So it is equivalent to 0 to 4. So that here list of 1 means 4, 1:4 means 4, 5.6, and then false. -1 means I have to run it. -1 means false. Then after that, -1 to -5. -1 means false. Then -2, -3, -4. Okay, so that all the elements will be printed. And even if you not specify, all the elements will be printed because the last end value will be taken. And here, since we are not giving the starting value, it will be taken from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 means that is 4 minus 1. Okay. So up to that value, it will be retrieved. Okay, so these are the indexing and the slicing in the list. Okay, these are the different ways for accessing the list elements. Do you have any doubt in this? Any doubt in accessing the list element, particularly in indexing and slicing? Positive indexing also there, negative indexing also there. Okay, both positive and negative indexing is applicable for list. So positive indexing will be started from 0 and it will be start from the beginning. Negative indexing will be started from -1 and it will be start at the end. Any doubt? Okay. So the next one is changing the list items. Okay. So as I said already, list is mutable data type or mutable data structures. We can able to change the list element or we can able to change the list item. So first, this list has been created. This list equal to apple, banana, and cherry. So with three elements, we are creating a list. After that, the first indexed element will be changed as black currant. Okay, initially it is apple, banana, and cherry. So now first indexed element will be changed as black currant means now what will happen? And banana will be replaced by black currant. Okay, then next one is another list has been created. This list equal to apple, banana, cherry, orange, kiwi, and mango. So there are six elements. So a list has been created with six elements. Okay. So now here a set of elements also has been changed. Okay, set of elements also has been changed. Now 1:3, that is we are applying the slicing. So that particular slice will be changed with black currant and watermelon. It means that 1:3, 1:3 means 1 is the start value, 3 is the end value. So as I said already, end value minus 1 will be taken, not including the end value, exclusive of end value. So that 1 minus 1 to 2. 1 to 2 means banana and cherry will be replaced by black currant and watermelon. Okay, banana and cherry will be replaced by black currant and watermelon. Then after that, we are having a list: apple, banana, and cherry. 1:2. 1 is the starting value, 2 is the end value. End value minus 1 means 1 again. So a single value will be replaced by multiple values. That is also possible. That is, change the second value by replacing it with two new values. It means that banana will be replaced by black currant and watermelon. That is also possible. And change the second and third value by replacing with one value. That is, we can replace single value by multiple values, or we can replace multiple values by single value. That is also possible. 1:3 means 1 and 2 will be taken, so that banana and cherry will be replaced by only one value, that is watermelon. Okay, so these are the different different ways for changing the elements. So now I will show the demonstration of this one. How it is running, you can see that output also. Okay, now let's check. Yeah, so it is working now. Even if you want to change, that is, even if you want to print this output, we have to use this function. Okay, this list. So here we can use, here also we can use, then here also we can use, then here also we can use. So now only, yeah, initially, for example, apple, banana, cherry, then after that banana will be replaced by black currant, so that we are getting output. Then after that we are having apple, banana, cherry, orange, kiwi, mango, and banana and cherry will be replaced by black currant and watermelon. Okay, here you can see that. And here the banana will be replaced by black currant and watermelon. That is, one element will be replaced by multiple values. Okay, a single element will be replaced by multiple values, and the multiple values will be replaced by single element. So here finally we are having apple, banana and cherry, and banana and cherry will be replaced by watermelon. Okay, so these are the different ways for changing the list element. Any doubt as of now? If you have any doubt, you can ask me in indexing, slicing, and changing the list element. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so the next one is, so initially we are having a list. So after that, if you want to add some elements in the list, that is also possible. So for that, we are having some predefined functions related with the list module. Okay, we all know that particularly when you take the Python programming language, we are having lot of built-in functions. Okay, so the main plus point of, or the main feature of the Python programming language is it contains built-in functions for all kind of applications, for all domains of applications. We are having a lot of built-in functions. So for example, if you want to develop the machine learning algorithms, or even if you want to implement some machine learning algorithm, we are having classification algorithm, regression algorithm, clustering algorithm, association algorithm. So we are having lot of built-in modules, simply like sklearn, and there are number of uh, predefined modules are available. So in those modules, we are having a lot of built-in functions. We no need to write the code for everything. Simply we can use it. That is the main reason for using the Python programming language in all the domains. Not only in machine learning, we are having we are using in artificial intelligence, we are using in IoT, even the mechanical people also will be using this Python programming language. In sensor networks, they are using. For most of the applications, we are having enormous built-in modules, and every module is having a lot of predefined functions. We no need to write the code for performing certain manipulations on a data set, or we don't need to write the code for performing certain operations on for any purpose. Simply we can use the function. Here the only difficulty is we supposed to remember all those functions. That is very, very important, because without knowing the proper syntax of that particular functions, we can't use that function. So for example, even if you take data science and machine learning, around 300 Python libraries are available. So keeping everything in our mind is very difficult. But anyway, the Python is having a lot of predefined functions or methods like that. With respect to list also, we are having a lot of predefined functions. We are going to discuss. With the help of those predefined functions, we can easily add the elements into the list. Okay, first one is we are creating a list like this. For example, this list equal to apple, banana, and cherry. Then after that, if you want to add one more element with the existing list, that is also possible. So for that, we can use a built-in function. That built-in function is append function. So in the with the help of append function, we can add one more element to the existing list. So now the append function will add the element called orange at the end of that list. Okay, so after this, if we print the list, then we will get the output like apple, banana, cherry, and orange. Orange will be added at the last. The next one is insert function. The append function will be used to add the element at the end. Suppose if you want to add the element in the beginning, or even if you want to add the element at any position, okay, even in the middle also, if you want to add the element, we can use a built-in function. That function is insert function. Okay, we have to use insert function. So insert first argument should be the position. in what position that element has to be added, and what is the element, that value of the element has to be specified. Now what we are giving, 1 comma orange, in the position 1 orange element will be added, so that our output will be apple, orange, banana, and then cherry, like that. Then next one is we are having two lists. One is this list, another one is tropical. So like that we are having, in the first list we are having apple, banana, cherry, and in the second list we are having mango, pineapple, and papaya. If you want to extend a list with another list, that is also possible. We can use extend function. So now this list dot extend tropical means finally that this list will have apple, banana, cherry, and also the elements of tropical, because the tropical has been added, that is tropical list has been added to the this list, so that our output will be apple, banana, cherry, then mango, pineapple, and papaya. So like that. Okay, so these are the different ways for adding the element. For example, here I am running this. So here, after using append function, we are giving print. After using insert function, we are giving print. After using extend function, we are giving print of this list. So now, if you run this code, yeah, apple, banana, cherry, orange. Since we are inserting at the element position 1, apple, orange, banana, then cherry. And here it is extended apple, banana, cherry, mango, pineapple, and papaya, like that. Okay, for example, here we are having like, let us create, we are having a list called L. Initially, we are creating as empty list. Okay, another one is we are having a function called, we are having a string variable. In the string variable, we are having a statement called Python program. Okay, Python program. And here you can use for I in st. I think you might have aware of this for loop. Okay, enhanced for loop. And here L dot append of I. So like that I can do it. So finally print of L. Now what I'm doing, initially I'm creating an empty list. Then I have a string called a Python program. Then we are retrieving individual element from that particular, every element from that particular string. Then after that, that will be added or that will be appended in the empty string. That will be added in the empty string. Finally, we are printing it. So here our output will be like all the elements will be separated. That is P, Y, T, H, Python, and also space. Okay, that also will be added as one element, then program. Okay, so this is like simply adding an element into the list. Okay, for that we can use three different functions. One is append function, insert function, and extend function. The next one is removing the list items. Okay, how to remove the elements from the list. So for that also we are having different built-in functions and different built-in methods. First one is remove function. So for example, we are having a list with three elements like apple, banana, and cherry. Suppose from that particular list, if you want to remove the banana means, then you can use a built-in function called remove. Then banana can be passed as an argument for that particular function, so that banana will be removed from that particular list. Okay. The next one is pop. Another one is the pop function. So normally you can use the pop function with the index, with the specified index. So for example, when we use the pop function with the specified index, that specified indexed element will be removed. For example, pop of 1 means that is the one element, first indexed element will be removed. For example, in the first index, we are having banana, so that will be removed. And pop also will remove the last item. Suppose even if you not pass any argument in the pop function, you are not specifying 1, 2, 3, like that. Even if you not specify anything, the pop function will work. So now, if you not pass any argument in the pop function, so that it will remove the last element from the list. So for example, apple, banana, cherry. So since we are using the pop function without an index, so that cherry will be removed. Okay. Then next one is we are having one more built-in method that is called as del, that is delete. So when you give delete of this list of 0 means now 0th indexed element will be removed. Then delete of this list means then entire list will be removed. So this list will be entirely removed or completely removed from that workspace. Okay, so that is called as delete. And we are having one more function that is called as clear function. In the clear function, if you use clear function, it will delete all the elements. It will have only the skeleton. That is, it will have the empty list after clearing all the elements. So these are the different methods. One is remove. In the remove, we have to give the name of the element so that it will remove that element. The next one is pop. Pop can be used in two varieties. In the first one, we can pass the index, so that indexed value will be removed. The second one, we will not pass any index, so that the last indexed value will be removed. Then after that, we can use del method. The del method can be used to delete either single element or the entire list. Single element means that specification has to be specified. Then entire list means only the name of the list has to be specified. Then after that, we are having one more function that is clear function. The clear function will not delete the entire list, but all the elements will be removed from the list and it will create an empty list. Okay. All the elements will be removed from that list and it will create an empty list. So these are the different methods for removing the list items. Any doubt as of now? If you have any doubt, please let me know about it. Okay. The next one is looping through a list. So as I said already, list is a collection of elements. Suppose even if you want to like take individual element separately, that is also possible. That for that we have to loop through a list. So for example, we are having a list with the 3 elements, and if you want to retrieve individual element, we can use the for loop. Okay, for iterative variable we can use in, that is in operator has to be used, and this list. Okay, this list is the name of the list, and then print of x. So every element will be retrieved for each iteration, and that will be printed in every iteration. Okay, so that is loop through the list. Then after that, we can use the range function. In the range function, we have to use the index, that is last index value, that is length of this list can be used, so that we can access through the indexing mechanism also. Or you can use some comprehensive mechanism, print of x. Then in the single line, it can be applicable, print of x for x in this list. So that is also possible. So this is a kind of comprehension. So we can use the comprehension mechanism, list comprehension mechanism, to retrieve the elements. Okay. So for example, if you want to demonstrate it, let's have an example. We are having a list, for example, like 2, 3.5, 6, 7, 8. Then we are having Python. So like that. Okay, we can have the different mechanism for I in A. Simply we can use it. I is the iterative variable, then A is the name of the list. Simply we can use it. Print. So here we can give I. Okay, now what will happen? So during the first iteration, that is 2 will be stored in I. Second iteration 3.5 will be stored in I. So like that, up to the all the elements, every element will be stored in I for every iteration. So that will be printed in every iteration. So that our output will be 2, 3.5, 6, 7, 8, and then theta. This is one mechanism. Another mechanism is here we can use the for loop. Okay, for I in here you can use the range function. In the range function, you can use that length of that list. Okay. So what can be done? Length of the list will be calculated. Length will be indicating the number of elements of that particular list. Len is a built-in function. That len function will be used to retrieve the or print the number of elements. So that number of elements will be 4. But the index will be started from 0. So that here I can use print of a of I. Okay, print of a of I. So for this also, the output will be like this: 2, 3.5, 4, 678, and Python. This is one of the mechanism. Or otherwise, you can use the comprehension mechanism like print of I. Here you can use a comprehension I. Uh, for example, for I in A. So like that, that is also possible. Okay. So now, yeah. Right. Okay, we will see that it has some typing error. Okay, we will see about it. No syntax error, but it shows none. There are 4 elements. A. Or we can use, yeah, we will see the list comprehension later. Okay, for this one. So now can use, yeah, the same thing. This syntax has to be used. A small change in that syntax. Okay, 1 second. The entire list. So like this, we can have, yeah, this is a list name, Control C. We can have, yeah. So now this is a comprehension. We can use it. Like first we are creating a list. Then after that, we are having a variable x, that is iterative variable for x in fruits. And here we can have a condition, that is in fruits, what are the elements are having a, and that will be retrieved, and that will be stored in the new list. And then here we are printing. So this is the list comprehension. Okay, so these are the different ways for a list. Okay, either you for, or you can use the function, or you can use the list comprehension like this. Okay, so the list comprehension is one of the mechanisms for creating a new list with the existing list. Whenever you have an existing list, suppose from the existing list, even if you want to create a new list, that may be an entire list or that may be a subset of list. Even if you want to do it, then you can have. Okay. So here, this is the syntax of using that list comprehension. So here you can create a new list equal to that expression element we have to specify. Then for that iterative element, we can have in the old list name. If you want to specify the if condition, you can have it. That if condition is optional. Even if you want to specify the if condition, that is possible. Without if condition also possible. Okay, this is that another example. Okay, here we are having a list of fruits. Okay, for example, fruits equal to apple, banana, cherry, kiwi, and mango. And here we are creating a new list. That new list is the empty list. So simply we are creating that new list using opening bracket and closing square bracket. Then we are using the for loop for x in fruits. Then here we are checking the condition whether a is in x. Okay. Suppose if it's so, that list will be, that element will be added into that new list. Otherwise, that will not be added. We are checking that condition. Okay. So now let us discuss the different functions which are available in list module. Okay, with the help of these built-in functions or built-in methods, we can easily manipulate the list of elements. So like first one is compare, CMP. The CMP is used to compare the elements of both lists. If both list elements are same, then it will return true. Otherwise, it will return false. Even if any one of the element is changed, then it will return false. Okay, you will show the demonstration also. The next one is length function. Length function will be used to print the number of elements in the list. Max function is used to print the maximum element, and min function is used to print the minimum element. And then list function, we are having a list function. So the list function is used to create a list from any other sequence. It can be a tuple or it can be a like a string. So with the help of list function, we can create a list. And the append function will be used to add an object into the list at the end. Count function is used to how many times an element is occurred in the list. Insert function will be used to insert an object uh, in the specified index into the list. Then pop is used to remove the element from the last. Pop function is used to remove the element from last. Remove function is used to remove the element. Okay, what element we have specified, that element will be removed. And reverse function, it is used to reverse the order of elements in the list. Okay, the next one is sorted. It is used to sort the items in the list. So let us have the demonstration. So for example, that we are having a list like this. Yeah. So here print len function, len of a. So it will print the number of elements. So for example, 4. Then after that, here print of max. Okay, let's try max of a. So now here it shows the type error because max will be applicable only when we have same type of elements. Okay, same type of elements. For example, here if you have a list like 3, 23, 12, 56, like that, now it will work. Okay, so now print max of a will work, similar to that print min of a will work. Suppose if the list is having different types of element, some of the function is not applicable. Okay, min also now work. Okay, so that is very important. So max, min, and for example list. So here assume that we have a like string variable, for example Python. So now print, we can use the list of yes. Okay, so here now this one, please, this is used to convert. For example, here we can have here another sequence like this. P Y T. So like that. So now this will be converted. Stuff is equal to one second. So this will be like, you can use some other variable. For example, s is equal to stuff is. And also one more thing, the reason for showing this error is we might have used the variable name already. You know, yeah, here we could not use, yeah, this one. Okay, not use the variable name with the function name. Suppose if you use that, it will not work. Okay, that's a problem. We have to take care of that too also. If you create a variable name with list, initially it will work. But if you want to use the built-in function with the same name, then it will create the error. So I think we have used list already in somewhere else. Maybe we have to check it. Phase variable phase will be created actually. That's why it will show error. But making a small change here. So now let us try the same thing. Yeah, now it is working. So that is the reason, because if you create a variable using the same name called list, then after that you can't use this built-in function. So now this also will work. Let's see. For example, this is the another sequence. So now if I use this also has to work. Yeah, now it is working. Okay, that is the problem. So we should be take care of that also. Okay, so like that we can use the list function. Yeah, we have discussed already. Sorry, append function we have discussed already. Count function, for example, here when you have uh, a list like this, okay, a equal to 1 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 1 1 3 1, so like that here you can use the count function. Okay, it is print of a dot count of in the list a, how many times one is occurred. Okay, if you want to check it, then yes, of course 4 times one is occurred, so that our output is 4. In the same thing we can see that how many times 3 is occurred, so like that 3 is occurred 2 times, so that our output will be 2. Okay, so the count function can be used to identify how many times an object is occurred in that particular list. The pop, remove, reverse. Reverse will be used to print the list in the reverse order. Okay, for example, like yeah, we can have. So normally when you print A, so the element will be like 1, 3, 4, so like that. Suppose if you want to print in reverse, A dot reverse. Okay, now that will be stored. Right. Control X equal to so in so type error one. We have to give, then after that if we give, okay, so now it is working. Clear? So we have to give it separately, then after that if we like this, then it will work. Okay, one initial original list is 1 3 4 5 double 1 3 1, then after that it will be printed in reverse order 1 3 double 1 5 4 3 1, like that. Any doubt now? If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay. Next one is sorting the list. So here we can use the sort function. So simply if you use the sort function, it will sort in the ascending order. In the sort function, if you give that attribute like reverse equal true, it will print in the reverse order, that is in the descending order. Okay. So for example, like this. Okay, reverse equal true means it will print in descending order. So this will print in ascending order and this will print in descending order. Then reverse already we have discussed. And these are the some more functions. Okay, append, clear, copy. So copy means it is used to copy the entire list. Count already we have discussed. Extend also we have discussed. Index means, for example, when we give the element, the respective index, the first occurrence or the index of the first element with the specified value will be returned. Insert we have discussed, pop we have discussed, remove, reverse, sort, all those functions we have already discussed. Okay. So now let us discuss about copying, cloning and copying a list. So cloning or copying a list means just if you want to create a list from another existing list, then we can use these methods. That is cloning or copying a list. Okay. So for cloning or copying a list, we can use the different strategies or different mechanisms. That is using the slicing technique, we can clone or copy a list. We can use the extend method, or simply we can use assignment operator, or you can use the shallow copy method, or you can use list comprehension, or simply you can use append function, or you can use copy method, or we can use map method. So these are the different method for creating a list from already existing list. So this is also referred as cloning or copying a list. Okay, first let us discuss about like slicing. Slicing means, so here we are having a list 1. So for example, 4, 8, 2, 10, 15, 18, like that. And we can create a function, that is, this is a user defined function we are creating, that is referred as cloning. And here we are using the slicing without specifying starting value and ending value. If you give, the default start value will be 0, the default end value will be the last value, so that the entire list will be copied like that. So for example, here I am running it. So here we have a list like this, 2, 3.5 and Python, like that. B equal to A of colon. Okay. Simply if you do it, then you can print A and also you can print B. So now you can see here, A will have 2 3.5 Python, B also will have 2 3.5 Python. So this is called as slicing. Simply we can apply the slicing. Normally the slicing means we will have the colon operator here. Okay, between the square bracket we will have the colon operator, that is referred as slicing. Suppose if you specify something here, if you give 0 and if you give, for example, 2 means, then automatically what will happen, like 0 to 2, 2 means 2 minus 1 1, so that we will have like 2 and 3.5 only. Since we are not specifying anything, then starting value will be the default value, end value will be the default, that is last element, so that entire list will be cloned. Okay, entire list will be copied. So that is the first method. The second method is like we can use the extend. Okay, extend means here, yeah. So for example, here we are having a list, then after that we are creating an empty list. Okay, for example, empty list like this. After that we can use like this, for I in A, then sorry, simply we can use like p dot extend of A. Okay, then print B. So if you use like this, then B will have like 2 3.5 Python. So this is the another one. Simply we can use extend. Initially we are creating the second list as empty, then after that that second list will be extended with the another list, so that that list will be copied to the second list. So that is the another method for copying an entire list or cloning a list to the another list. Then we can use a function. Okay, sorry, we can use the assignment operator, simply assignment operator. For example, here you can use b equal to a. Okay, you can use this one. So now the entire list will be copied to another list. Okay, so this is the another type of cloning. Okay, we can use assignment operator for doing it. Then after that, we are having a built-in module called copy. We are having a predefined module called what? Copy. In the copy module, we are having a built-in function called copy. So that is also used to create the list. Okay, for example, here we have to import the module. That module name is what? Copy. Okay. Then we are having a list here. Then here we can have like b equal to copy dot copy. From the copy module, we have a built-in function called what? Copy. Then that will be used to copy that list to the another list. For example, print of big. Now, if you give here, now also the entire list will be copied. There are different methods for cloning or copying. Another one is we can use the comprehension. Okay, simply we can use like this. Okay, for example, we are having a. Okay, then b equal to, we can use the syntax, that is I for again I, yeah, again I in a. So like that, then print b. Yeah, so this is the list comprehension. So we have to use like this. I for again I in a. So we have to use like this. So entire elements will be copied to another list. Okay. Then another one is in the list itself, we are having a copy method. Okay. Initially, we have used from copy module, we have a built-in method called copy. So that method has been used for copying a list to another list. So now in the list module itself, we are having a copy method. Simply we can copy that one to another one. So for example, here we can use c equal to a dot copy. Okay, like that. So now if you use print c, c also will have the values of a. Okay, that is also possible. And even you can use deep copy method also. Okay, we are having a built-in method deep copy in the copy module. So using that also you can use it. That is copy method. But the differences between the different methods or different techniques for copying a list to another list is execution time. Okay, some method will take 10 seconds, some method will take 5 seconds, some method will take 2 seconds, some method will take 0.5 seconds. So like that, the execution time of every method will be differed. So that is the difference. But while copying, entire list will be copied. There is no difference in that. But in what way it is getting executed, what is the time taken for executing that particular method will be differed. So that is the main difference between the different mechanisms for copying a list to another list. Then We will discuss about list parameters. If you have any doubt in this as of now, you can ask me. Do you have any doubt? I give you a 2 minutes break. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Any doubt? If you have any clarification, please ask. So when comparing with other data structures, list data structure is very, very important because for most of the applications, whenever we want to develop some applications, it may be like data science related applications or machine learning related applications, even in IoT applications. We will be using list data structure when comparing with other, okay, when comparing with other data structures such as tuple, dictionary, and a set, we will be using list. That's why we are giving more concentration on the list data structure, and also we are having a lot of built-in functions, and also we can do a lot of manipulations on the list. Any clarifications? Okay, the next one is list parameters. So here, as I said already, the list module has a important built-in function called list function. Okay, the list function is used to create a list object. Okay, normally the list function will be used to create a list object. So here we all know that the list object will be referring the collection of data that is ordered and changeable. So this is the syntax of using the list function. List of any iterable can be given. It can be a string, it can be a tuple, or it can be dictionary. It can be anything. Any iterable can be given so that the list can be used to create a list object from any iterable. Okay, so here iterable refers the sequence of collection of data. If there is no parameters in the list function, then it will return the empty list. Okay, for example, here we are having a code a equal to list of, okay, a equal to list of, then print e. Okay, if you give like this, then empty list will be created. Can you see the screen now? Is it visible? Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you able to see this Google Colab? This one? Is it visible to everyone?
Yes, sir. It's listening.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now, for example, so here we are not passing any iterable, so that it is creating an empty list. So here you can check it by printing that list. Then after that, here Yeah. So here what we are doing, A equal to list of, simply you can pass some iterable, even you can have like this. Okay. So now print of A. Okay. If I give like this, now it will be creating a list object with elements. Okay. The first element is S, second element is U, third element is R. So like that, elements will be separated and a list will be created. So if you pass some iterable, then based on that, the list object will be created. If you not pass anything, then the empty list will be created. That is called as list parameters. Okay, the different parameters. So here, this is a string, and even you can pass a tuple, even you can pass list. Okay, from anything you can able to create a list. So here, first we are creating the empty list. After that, we are creating a list from string. After that, we are creating a list with tuple. Then after that, we are creating a list from the list. Okay. So normally list from list is not required actually, because it is already list. Then why we need to convert to list? That is not necessary. Suppose even if you want to do it, it is possible. And the list can be created from set and dictionary also. Okay, for example, so whenever we have a set, so normally the set will be represented using the curly braces. We will discuss about in the afternoon session about the set and also dictionary. So from that set, even if you want to create a uh, list, that is also possible. Like list of that set variable name has to be used. Even if you want to create a list from the dictionary, that is also possible, because the dictionary will be having the two elements. One is key element and one is value element. So from that element, the list will be created only for the, like for example, keys. Okay. So these are the different operations or different manipulation and different methods that are available in list. Okay, that's all about this list concept. If you have any doubt in this, you can ask me. Do you have any doubt? Okay, so the next one is tuples. So this is the another data structure. Tuple is the another data type, but it is similar to the list, but there is a difference. Okay, we will discuss about it. So tuple is the another sequence of data type that is similar to the list. The tuple also will have set of elements that are separated by comma. Unlike list, the tuples are enclosed using parentheses. The lists are enclosed using square bracket. The tuples are enclosed using parentheses. The another one is the list can be modified. The tuple cannot be modified. Okay, so that list is mutable. Tuple is here immutable. Okay, so that is one of the important thing. So let's see that difference. Okay, for example, A equal to, we are having 2, 3, 5, 6 like that. Okay, so A is the list. I'm creating B. B equal to then 6, 7, 9, 12 like that. So A is enclosed using square bracket, B is enclosed using parenthesis. So A is a list, B is a tuple. Okay. So now here, if you print A, that will be print in the form of list. If you print B, that will be print in the form of tuple. You can see here. Okay. So this is the list printing and this is the tuple printing. So now what I'm doing here, A of 1 equal to, initially A of 1 value is 3. Now I'm trying to change it as 13. Now if I print A, So now what will happen? Initially it is printing 2, 3, 5, 6. Then after that, since the second element is changed as 13, we will be getting output 2, 13, 5, 6. Then in the same way, while I am trying to change B of 1 equal to, like initially B of 1 is 7. If I try to change it as 15, okay, then after that, when I'm trying to print B, it will show the error. Okay, this line is having the error. What is that error? Type error. It means that tuple object does not support item assignment. Clear? So once it has been created, after that it cannot be modified. Okay, so that is the main difference between list and tuple. So here we have seen that in the list we able to change the element, but in the tuple we can't able to change the element. So that list is mutable and tuple is immutable, unmodifiable. Okay, so that is one of the main difference between that. Another one is in the representation. The list can be represented using square bracket. The tuple can be represented using, tuple can be represented using parenthesis. Okay, so that is the another difference in terms of representation, and that is the another mutable is the another difference. Okay, so here similar to uh, list, the tuples also can be accessed using indexing and slicing. Okay, so here we are having two tuple. One is tuple, another one is tiny tuple. Tuple equal to ABCD 786 2.23 John 70.2 like that, and the tiny tuple will be 1 2 3 and John. Okay, so here we are having print tuple means entire tuple will be printed. Tuple of 0 means this is called as indexing, only one element ABCD will be printed. 1:3 means indexing, slicing. 1 is the starting and 3 is the end value minus 1, so that 1 and 2 will be printed. And 2: means then 2 will be the starting, end value is not specified, means up to the last element will be taken. So for example, so here let us demonstrate that one. We are having A equal to, we are using tuple 2, 3, and even you can have something like uh, program, so like that. Okay, then print of A, the entire tuple will be printed. Print of A of 1, 1 means 3 will be printed. Okay, then print of slicing we can apply. In the slicing we can have like 1:2, so like that. If you give 1:2, then only 3 will be printed. Okay, 2 means 2 minus 1, only 1. So 1:1. So that will be printed, so that our output will be only 3. Then after that, print like A of, we are specifying the starting value without specifying the end value we can give, so that that also will work. So the last value will be taken. Print A of, we no need to specify the starting value, you can specify only end value, that is also possible. Okay, that is also possible. So the default start value will be taken. Okay, so like that. Then after that, print A of -1. Okay, -1 means negative indexing. Negative index means only the last value program. So that program will be -1, 3 will be -2, 2 will be -3. So like that, negative indexing also possible in tuple. Okay, so like that. And here we can perform some more, like print addition. So for example, here we are having two tuples, A equal to like 1 2 3. So like that we are having tuple. and B equal to 4, 5, 6 like that. So here A plus B. So now this is called as concatenation. Now our output will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the plus operator can be used for concatenation. This plus operator can be used for list also. So the same syntax, whenever we have to list, the same syntax we have to use. And another one is star operator also can be applied. A star 3. That is, the tuple A will be repeated 3 times. How many times that A has to be repeated? So now A star 3 means A will be repeated 3 times. So here you can see that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So plus operator is used for concatenation and star operator is used for repetition. Okay, star operator is used for repetition. Okay, so these are the tuples. So here the respective output is given. So as I said already, in the list, the assignment operation is possible. That is the valid syntax. But in the tuple, this assignment is invalid because it is immutable. That is the main difference between list and tuple. Okay. So the next one is like the different built-in functions and the methods in tuple. We are having different methods. All it will return true if all the elements of the tuple are true. Okay. So suppose if the tuple is empty, then it will return true. Okay. Suppose if any one of the element is not true, then it will return false. Any means return true if any element of the tuple is true. If the tuple is empty, then return false. Then enumerate function, it will return an enumerate object. It contains index and value of all the items tuple as pairs. Then length function will be used to print the length of the tuple. Max function will be return the maximum element of the tuple. Min function will be used to return the minimum function of minimum value of the tuple. Sorted is used to sort the elements. Okay, sort the element and store it in the list. Okay, sum will be used to find the sum of elements in the tuple. Tuple function is used to convert an iterable into a tuple. For example, even if you want to convert a list to tuple, that is also possible. Okay, let us have some example of this function. So here, for example, A equal to, we are having a list 4, 5, 6 like that. If you want to convert into tuple, B equal to tuple of A. So now print B. So now what will happen? A will be the list and B will be converted as tuple. So for converting a list to tuple, we can use not only a list, even you are having a string. For example, S equal to India. Now C equal to tuple of S. So here print S. So sorry, not print S, print C. So every element will be separated. Then after that, it will be converted into tuple. Okay. So like that. So for example, here we are having A and we are printing it. Suppose if we print sum of B, that is a built-in function, 4, 5, 6 will be added so that our output will be 15. Sum, minimum, maximum, everything. So for example, like even you can use, for example, print Yeah, all of B means since all the elements are not null elements, it will return true. Okay, all, any, so all those functions can be applied. Any doubt? So all, any, enumerate, len, max, min, sorted, sum, tuple, these are the some of the built-in functions. Suppose even if you want to unpack a tuple, that is also possible. Okay, so here this is called as unpacking. Okay, even if you want to do it, so like fruits equal to apple, banana, cherry, and if you want to unpack it, then you can do it like this. Okay, that value print green, yellow, red, then fruits will be unpacked, that is green will be added, that is green will be a variable, so that will be like, that will have the value like apple, and yellow will be the variable that will have the value like banana, and cherry will be the variable. Suppose if the tuple has 10 elements and all the 10 elements have to be stored in 10 different variable, means that is called as unpacking, that is also possible. Okay, so here we are having that multiple arguments. Star red means red will have remaining, that is green will have apple, yellow will have banana, red will have cherry, strawberry, and raspberry. So like that. Okay, this is called as unpacking. So for example, here if I want to do this, here let us try. So green will have apple, yellow will have banana, and red will have remaining because we are indicating star. Okay, so now suppose star means that is multiple argument. So now what will happen? Suppose if you not specify the star, we are having 5, but we are specifying only 3 variables. We are having 5 elements in the tuple, but we are having only 3 variables, so that it will not work. Okay, suppose if you have some more variables, now it will work. Clear? So the number of variables should be equivalent to number of elements in the tuple. Suppose if you do not have like this, here you can have star. That star indicates the A will have an like variable length argument. Okay, like that. Green will have apple, yellow will have banana, red will have cherry. Then A will have strawberry and also raspberry. And like that, here you can print A, you can get that result. Any doubt? That's all about tuples. If you have any doubt in this, you can ask me. Remaining dictionary and set we will discuss in the afternoon session. As of now, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Do you have any doubt? Now it's a time for questions. We we have to,
Participants, if you have a doubt, you can ask, and you can also use chat window to ask your doubt.
yeah, either you can unmute yourself, then you can ask the questions, or you can type your question in the chat box. It will be answered. If there is no clarifications, then we can wind up the session.
All the participants, thank you everyone, and thank you, sir, for making this session excellent.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Again, we will meet on with at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, all the
Thank
participants
you.
are asked to join in the afternoon session using the same link.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, all the participants.